The hunt for Gucci guns is back, baby, and it's bigger than ever because today we are in Texas where everything is bigger and better, a clear falsehood due to the letdown that is Buc-ee's. But today we're gonna find out if they've got the best gun shops. Today, the Lone Star State is in the hot seat as we hunt down the best guns in Dallas, Texas. All right, welcome to the show today. We're gonna be bouncing around different gun shops in Dallas trying to find the coolest freaking guns we can find. You know me, of course, I'm your normal host. Nick is also here, he's part of Cabot.
Hey y'all, it's Eli.
And Eli's here as well, which means we will, of course, be looking for some very fuddy things to get today. Yes. You guys often misinterpret the hunt for Gucci guns as meaning that it must be expensive. It's not. It actually means that we're looking for the most interesting things, not necessarily the most expensive things. We're looking for cool, unique stuff. So before we well, maybe I'll give you a little rundown of what it is that I'm looking for, and then we'll introduce these guys to see what they're looking for. I'm not planning on buying anything today, but I'm willing to go up to about $1,000 if I find something that speaks to me. What would I be interested in? Probably a West German Sig 228 would be the thing that would probably get me today.
That'd be cool.
That would make me jump in. Beyond that, nothing that's like I'm truly on the hunt for. There's plenty of things that would spark my interest, but we're gonna have to see where it goes. Why don't you guys introduce yourself and what you guys are perhaps looking for? I mean, obviously 1911 dudes. So.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, I got Eli breathing in my ear real heavy, so why don't you go first?
Hey, Eli here with Alchemy Custom Weaponry, of course, 1776 Duck. Alchemy Custom Weaponry, we build badass pistols. We're going to y'all know it by now. What I'm after, I don't know yet. Something's got to speak to me. It's got to be old. It's got to be wood, blued. Something that makes probably y'all say, man, that guy might be 57. I don't know yet. But, it's just going to talk to me when I see it.
Yep, and I'm Nick with Cabot Guns and Alchemy Custom Weaponry. Today, I'm looking for a few different things. If I can find a 1903 pocket hammer, that would really be a good part of the collection. If I can get a 1908 vest pocket that is in serviceable enough condition to redo, get engraved, get gold plated, and pocket carry that sumbitch, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. And the Grail, which isn't gonna happen, but a 1911 A1 with some Marine provenance to honor my late grandfather who was a Marine. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, that'd be a sweet lineup. Also note, this is our transportation for the day. It's a sweet van. I don't really know that we need to say a lot else other than this thing. The titties is what this thing is. So the shops that we're going to be going to, we're going to be starting at Texas Gun Experience now. We're in the parking lot. It's raining, so we're in the van. We're going to be starting there. Then we're going to go to Roy's Pawn and Gun. Some of you suggested that. Seems to be kind of an interesting pawn shop. And then we're going to end the day at Ray's Hardware. Some of you undoubtedly will comment about shops that we didn't go to. Now, let me tell you why we didn't go to them. Either because of distance, time, or in some cases because we tried to, and they were like kind of an asshole about it. So just know if your favorite shop is not featured, it's probably for a good reason. We're going to the shops we're going to for valid reasons. So that said, let's jump into Texas Gun Experience. Texas Gun Experience, really nice job on the exterior of the building here. I'm not truthfully expecting to find it really anything in the way of like used. I have heard this is like one of the top 5 ranges in the country, ranked by like NSFF or whatever it is. But I don't know. I think they probably got some cool rentals and things. Oh, it does actually look quite nice.
Look at how tall the ceiling is.
So yeah, I guess we'll see.
They would call it voluminous. Well, here, I mean, we can start over here with some very Texas bedazzled ear pro.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Look, oh no, I do not plan on wearing them. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think it'll match my outfit today.
Guys. Well, they got a hell of a knife display.
Yeah, the knife bar is actually pretty good.
The blade bar.
Hey,
Good, how are you, brother?
Those Winklers?
Yes, sir.
Oh, cool.
So I've got Axes and the larger fixed, and then I've got the Prestum and the small case right here.
Super cool. Nice.
If you want to see anything, just let us know.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Some nice Hawks. Old Jack Carr reference there.
Oh, we got us some 2011s.
Nice
Some
1911, 2011
Hey, that's a good Wilson combat collection.
Some good Wilsons.
Look, two-tone, that's cool.
Hey, Watchtower. It's one of the remaining guns. This might be collectible given that they owe a bunch of people money and went bankrupt.
Can you say that?
Well, it's
true. It's
public knowledge. True.
It's in court filings.
I really like that two-tone Wilson right here.
That is a nice looking Wilson there.
Yeah, that two-tone's pretty badass.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, good to meet you. Oh yeah, this might go south.
Look at that thing.
Be nice.
I ain't gonna say nothing wrong. Sly.
Is this the first time you've ever held a...
I've never
You've never held
one
a sand viper or a pit viper? Or
No. I mean, let me tell you right now, it's live.
Oh yeah, those are probably pound and a half-ish. It's an interesting beaver tail, or a grip safety.
Well, yeah, it is
without
kind
the
of
bump.
interesting. It doesn't have the bump.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually aesthetically like that better.
That's a good find.
I love mine.
Model 19 carry.
I love mine.
Like that's unlikely to like get my money today, but in terms of like something that I would 100% own.
No, and this is cool. I have a Model 19-4 that is my backup carry gun. Sometimes Jim Short's debatable. It pulls the shorts down. But ever since I saw these with the comp, does it shoot better with the comp? Okay, well,
I mean,
this
because
looks
it's not really a comp. It's more like a Magna
port. Yeah.
Port.
But
It's
I
cool
mean,
looking.
it does something. And I'm gonna be honest, like I love mine. Like I keep mine stays with me.
Yep.
Either on me or I keep it in my bag.
Yeah.
But this is something I've been looking at for a long time from Smith & Wesson. So 629 Performance Center short snub nose barrel with the unfluted cylinder.
That's cool.
To me, that's a lot of rock and roll right there.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, it's not quite my.
And I have a
Speed,
29-3 that's actually a little bigger than this. And it is a party.
Oh, it's a party. It's a
So,
harsh party.
I'm kind of interested in this, but also just kind of scared of it a little bit too.
Oh, it's not going to be a great time.
I mean, that's going to put a tingle in your dangle, no matter what you do.
I think this is probably more the zone down here. I know that these guys have a really good range, like the range rentals are really good. Let's go scope this. This is where I think the fun stuff is. Okay, with the Mark 46 down there. Okay, that's a banger. That's a certified range banger right there. Okay, not bad. Nick and Eli are so distracted by looking at revolvers, they're forgetting the point of being here. They're just nerding out, sucking each other off down there. Talking about 1911s.
This must be a limited run.
Range rental Uzi, that's pretty slick. Do not like the foregrip, but you know, everyone's got their own style. Oh, whoa! A range. Okay, we need to get in here. Where's the man with the key? Why are these fucking nerds down here doing this? Hey, nerds, we're down here.
He brought this from the office, so he wanted to show
He
it.
brought this down just for you, and you walked off like a...
Yeah, so of
Like
course,
yeah,
'cause there's cool
of
stuff
course
over
we
there.
work for Alchemy and Cabot, but we love our good buddies at Nighthawk as well. So check out this engraved Nighthawk. Pretty cool stuff. Jeweled magazines. I do have to say, Landon, 9mm, man.
What?
Come on, like, what we doing here, bud? But no, really cool gun. I love the case of the wood box, so wanted to give them another kind of shout here. Probably something
it starts with
black
H and ends with K.
tactical and no.
Oh, how about a range rental AC556?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
great.
badass.
Yeah. Holy crap.
We'll do our best. Oh,
that's heavy.
hold on there.
Oh, dang.
Hold on there.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, you want to get me into an HK?
Yeah.
I think I've been got.
Guys, big thanks to the sponsor of today's video. That would be National Armory. You Dallas drivers are just a bunch of psychos out here. Everyone needs to relax, you know? But as we've done the hunt for Gucci guns around the country, National Armory ranks as one of the best, if not the best shops that we've been in because it's new, it's old, it's vintage. You can find the HK, the Smith, like you can do the full deal there. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, stop on in. They're friendly fellas over there. If you're not, you can find them online, right? So just do some National Armory searching online. I'm sure you guys will figure that out. You guys can plug in a code 1911 that'll save you 10% off of everything they've got. Again, great place from new to old. They also do pick up collections. Even myself, I've used them to move a few personal things lately. So I would also keep in touch with them if you want to see, you know, if the Irish Panther put some of his personal stuff in the, you know, on the site there. So anyway, check that out. Appreciate it. On with the show. See? Well, there's a lot to, okay, yeah, there's a lot to see here. Obviously, guys, this is just fun. Obviously, we're going to be like trying to hunt down some, yeah, there we go. We'll be trying to hunt down some stuff later personally. but
AC556K
that's
right
what
here.
I'm talking about.
This is, I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
pure
is-
18. This is
Oh,
pure
hell yeah.
pure 86 right here.
That is like truly grail gun.
This
status.
yeah, this is
Colt 635. 9mm carbine. That is a cool gun. That's a gun I've actually been
The
wanting.
coolest thing about it is that brass deflector on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, just you know exactly what you're.
I really want the H&R repro of that.
So it looks like a ton of 416s. They're not going to, of course, be interested in any of these awesome guns, but some really slick 416s here. There we go.
So that's an actual Vietnam Colt.
Shit. Dang. Oh, is it two position?
Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
Dude.
Is that the aluminum buttstock? No, it's
Nah.
plastic now.
Yeah, it's plastic.
Dude, how slick is that? Yeah, there you go. Yep. That's a real good time.
Yeah, you need some thick glasses and like a button up shirt and some khakis, and you are a operator
I love it.
from.
Dude, look at this. I mean, like a row of AC 556 Ks.
Well, I mean, you do have to come to Texas, and in Texas they like to brand.
I tuned that out as soon as you grabbed
Texas.
It
My-
does
my-
need to be the thumbnail, though.
This.
that. Yeah, Dallas edition. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thumbnail.
I was gonna.
Look what I already had.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ahead of you. Okay. Of all the
Yep.
things, I picked this up before you did. How you like them
Yeah.
apples?
Yeah. Shocking, actually. Well, multiple MP7s. You could do a lot worse.
I love
in
how
life.
there's a Vortex Spark on it.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say, like, how is it held up on that? Probably not bad. Well, hang on now.
We're going back in time. Well, crinkish. Crinkish.
Crinky. A little crinky.
Yeah, a whole suite of them though. G36s.
Grease gun. Now you're killing. Now you ain't.
Oh, G36 town right there. Looks like the C.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Most reliable.
Which
I
is
mean-
weird. It's weird that you like
I love
Augs.
the styro.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking sick. Have you ever shot one of these with the LMG barrel?
Here.
I shoot a Styro AUG more than I shoot an AR-15, actually. Yeah, I
Slew
feel like
of
we need to-
MP5
we need to talk
SDs.
about that. Ooh, how's the
I mean,
BAR
come
do?
on. I mean, there's
Oh.
a whole row
Well,
of MP5
sure.
SDs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, can't fault that.
Yeah.
Can't fault that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
the viewers what you have there.
They don't need to be told. If they don't know, I ain't going to be the one to tell them.
They don't know. It's an impressive suite of
Yeah, some cool
machine
shit.
guns. No doubt about it. Heading back to the VIP room. There's different tiers of membership. I saw a VIP sign.
So all
I'm
of
a-
our
I'm a
platinum
curious
VIP
guy.
members get key cards to get in.
So you get a key card if you're a VIP member. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
Ah,
it's their own private lounge and range.
nice.
Stalls are a little bit wider. These are also dynamic carriers, so they can do all the edging and everything we want. So this is where we transform
Cool.
a lot.
Okay, next stop we're at Roy's Pawn and Guns. We are in an interesting part of town. So we hope to survive.
Yeah, why don't you show them what you're carrying right now to keep us safe in this part of town?
It's a bag, Carrie. We'll rock the old fits today.
This is the place to be
This-
carrying that
this
fits.
is probably the place
Yep.
for the fits. All right, let's hit it.
Show us how it sounds when you lock it.
Got to keep it cherry. Well, this is the Theft Deterrent System 5000. And you do it again. There you go. Just don't get twisted.
So I actually called them a couple weeks ago to ask if we could film. They were really nice about it. And with pawn licenses and things, like things have to sit in the back before they can go on the floor for like 2 weeks or something like that. Anyway, our timing of this allegedly might line up with someone's collection that they bought hitting the floor. So that's kind of what I'm intrigued by.
I'm already happy. Looking back there.
Hey, how are you?
I love that sign, that neon sign.
Hey, is that an AC 556 on the wall?
Well, it's probably just a Mini 14.
Well, this really is more of a gun shop than a pawn shop.
Yeah, it's kind of like a good mix. There's some jewelry here, some Pocahontas stuff.
Sounds good. I'll be right back. Have a good
Sorry.
Hey, there's a police positive.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah,
Looks like
actually.
it says 1934.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool,
Huh.
cool.
We just bought
Look
a.
at that Winchester. It looks like a.
I was gonna say, is that? I'm
Winchester
assuming that's a
shotgun?
repro.
Which one?
That 18. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Norinco?
Norinco actually. Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
Boy, it is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
We got an original one in the office. We bought a collection of about 50 guns just the other day.
Oh, are they not out yet?
About half of them. We put about 25 of them out. We've got one that's era correct Winchester.
That's a Model 12.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that one even for sale yet? Or?
Yeah, it is. We haven't had a chance to confirm. It's unpriced just because I need to. There's a big difference in value between the trench gun and the riot gun.
Sure.
And so it falls in the right era, but in the serial number sequence, it's off about 100,000. So I need to confirm exactly what it is.
I'm inspired.
Right.
This one has
Got
some
some good
cool.
deals
Oh,
on
is this
some of
some
these
engraving?
too. We just
Yeah,
bought.
yeah,
It's got some engraving on the side of that. That's interesting.
yeah. It's got Browning's portrait.
No way. Well,
Yeah, some of them
kind
have
of cool.
Browning's portrait.
Also ironic, given that it's an FN, but still a Browning design, I guess.
Yeah, that one's a 1952, and it's only $5.95. That thing's a bargain.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
a
pretty
cool
good.
gun.
Now that one, the stock's been cut down.
Well, it's gonna be cut down.
Yeah,
It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
short-barreled shotgun.
I've got one that's full cut.
Yeah, they look so badass that way.
Oh, we
actually.
filmed mine this week. Yeah.
Oh, did you? And that one's only $5.95 too. You know,
Yeah,
we
so
did the stock and the
45.70.
blowing. Exactly.
Single shot,
Yep.
very custard, very Wild West.
Oh, I don't know, man. You're asking the wrong guy.
I don't remember. I remember seeing one of these in Ogden. I cannot,
Oh, yeah.
I cannot
It's not
remember.
awesome, but
I can't remember much
It is
about
what
it,
it
but
is.
it's kind of a unique
So
action.
real quick, it used to be a quick load, so you load it and then
That's
you put
right.
one right there.
That's right.
Real fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when it came out, they were
For
real
your second
fast.
shot being
Exactly.
pretty quick. Can I check this 1911 out right
Sure.
here? Looks like it's got a little custom work done to it.
Yep.
So cool thing about this, I noticed obviously we have a real live Bomar
Yeah.
rear sight. Looks like that's a World War II era checkered spur.
Yep.
This resembles kind of almost the King's safety, but obviously not an ambient.
Yeah.
But that pad
Looks like
is
it's all
really
pretty much
unique.
more modern production stuff. more
The
the-
front sight is sort of done like an LE Comp
Yeah.
front sight. Kind of interesting. Kind of interestingly done there.
Macarons back here.
Oh.
Well, what are y'all looking for? Like, I know we kind of talked, we're looking at for that kind of stuff.
Is there other stuff back there from that collection that's just not out yet?
Yeah. And Roy's got a pretty amazing collection that we have here as well. So we've kind of staged some stuff. If you guys are just wanting to see some
Cool.
badass stuff, we
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it.
Or any stuff that's actually from that collection that might
Yeah.
even be
Yeah.
potential cherries, you know?
Oh yeah, now you're speaking my language,
There
bro.
we go.
Oh, I heard a slide.
Wait a
Like a
minute.
slide of a 1911.
But it ain't.
No?
Oh, it definitely
it
is.
is.
World War One.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Was this 1918?
Let's see. You're probably right. What does it say there?
1918.
1918. Look at you.
Ah, man,
Man.
look at him.
It's
Man.
hard being this
Right
cool.
on him, right in his elbow.
It's hard being this cool. So and here's Remington Rand.
Are these are your collection?
Yeah, these are some of mine. I'm
Yeah.
slowly starting to sell down. I got to the point of kind of a ridiculous.
That's how it
collection,
goes.
to be honest.
So that's cool. That Remington Rand's nice. I've got a nice Remington Rand that was not Arsenal.
Plain. Here's a 1950 38 Super.
Oh yes.
Hey.
That's my favorite caliber.
Mine too.
Is that an A1?
No.
This
That's
is
the 1918. Yeah.
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 That thing's badass. It is super clean.
And satin nickel,
Yeah.
or well, polished with satin.
Exactly. Satin
rounds.
slide top.
This is my favorite roll marks, like for building a gun. You know,
Yeah.
that COLT, the way it's done, that block
I
font.
think you'll like this.
You don't see it.
Yeah, I will. What is that, an 03 Hammer? 38 ACP?
Interesting.
Exactly. 38 auto.
Let's
yeah,
see
38
that. Let's see
ACP.
that. Little pocket auto.
1911. U.S. Treasury gun, I believe, back then. Yeah, this is usually, I bought two of these, both same brand, both same era, but this one, if you look at it close, it's got a Texas driver's license number in here, so normally that would have been the one that I wouldn't have kept, but we ran that license number, and it's the guy's MIA. And
No way.
yeah, and so the license is too recent to be MIA from this war, but so it, and I'm not, if I remember right, it's Vietnam era most likely based on the driver's license number, but it has enough history to me or provenance or just interest to say I'd much rather have the one with the Texas driver's license than the one without it.
Interesting.
And I've got a couple of bags of Old Smiths, and we've
go.
got bags and bags of stuff.
Me and you'd be good buddies.
Yeah, we'd end up hanging out a whole lot.
So this is a cool gun. This is like a quasi Browning design, and it's cool because the shells eject out the bottom where they load.
And you can hold the trigger and just keep pumping.
Yep. Of course, got the trigger disconnect. And these make great combat shotguns because, of course, there's no big, ejection port to get stuff in. Of course, that's cool. That's a really cool gun. Winchester Model 94, 1892 Winchester half mag. I want to say that they are the longest running production gun right now. A 1911 will eventually take it just because they're still in production. I don't think these are still.
The amount of A5s this guy
This is a great amount of A5s, actually.
Yeah.
I had like half a dozen of these things.
A bag of Model
Because
19s?
a man ought to have a bag of Model 19s.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So,
Yeah. That's a good looking gun right there. Target trigger, target hammer. That's great. Blued Model 19 can't beat it.
that's I believe Texas Ranger, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've looked at it.
Yeah, it says Texas Ranger commemorative.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm sure you that's pretty cool having been in Texas.
Yeah, there's a bag of pythons right there, by the way.
Yeah.
too,
Bag
that
of
we can-
pythons.
Yeah. Do you
There's
not
about
have a
6
bag
of
of pythons?
Thought I was doing okay because I had a python.
Yes. Yes. This is cool right here.
Is that a 27? What am I
No,
looking at?
no, this is a 19 2.5 inch.
Boy,
Don't
that is
see
cool.
many of those.
That's cool.
That is really
I was
slick.
watching some movie the other day, just one of these Guy Ritchie shows, and the enforcer pulled out a 19 2.5 inch when this guy was walking to and just
That's
pulled it out
badass.
enough for him to see it. It was
Yeah.
nickel, and the guy was like, so when I say bagga, that's a bagga. Those are full of bags of. Those are a bunch of low production 38 supers, one of 300, one of 500, kind of
Is
stuff.
that the
there.
commemorative ones that
Those
Colt does?
those are the Mexican
Like the
38,
Aztec?
the Aztec.
Yeah.
The Jaguars
I'd
and
totally get one of those.
those Azules and all of that kind of stuff.
This is my kind of guy.
Oh, this is a sweet
Man,
collection.
I just made a best friend. Right here. Man, that's
That's one of the smoothest
clean.
pythons you'll see.
Yeah, that's clean. And man, at one time the Python was just like the
It's a piece of art.
gun to have.
No doubt.
You know?
That's
So
it.
this
That's what
is
I'm
the-
talking about.
That's the Python Hunter.
And that's
Yes.
a fairly rare gun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I let a couple of pythons go away years
These
ago.
were
The trophy-
factory with this.
Exactly,
wasn't
came
it?
just like
yeah,
that.
with the vent rib scope
Yeah,
mount.
same Leopold scope and everything.
And the Packmeyers came on it too.
yeah, sure did, just like that.
Yeah.
So so is this an original
No,
fits or what? What are we looking at?
Well,
I mean, it's definitely been redone.
yeah, you tell me.
Um,
I don't. I've had
so
that so
I'll give you
long,
this
I
one.
can't remember the details of it.
So
Frankly,
looking at the front sight, looking at the fact there's no checkering
Serrations,
or
yeah.
serrations, this also would have been a little bit. It would have been an 1/8 inch
Right.
longer. This is the natural square butt, which could have been ordered from the factory, and then of course this is laser engraved here on it, and this is also engraved. So
It's the right caliber though.
It is. It is. You're right. I mean, it is a big new service in 45 Colt, but I mean, it's still cool. I don't really care.
if you see a bag marked Model 29s, grab that if you would.
You've been holding out on me with a Beasley.
Yeah, I have been holding out. on
Holy
you.
crap, dude!
I just sold 6 Colt single action Armies to
This
a guy
is
that
freaking
won it.
sick.
That's badass, isn't it?
The Beasley is the hammer spur, which
What
is
a
crazy because
history.
you can't buy those and swap them into a regular one. It's
It
its
won't
whole,
fit.
it's its
Yeah.
whole different thing. And that one's cool in 38 WCF Winchester
Yes, sir.
centerfire. Doesn't that feel awesome?
Boy, it actually really does.
Doesn't that feel
The
awesome?
points, unlike
Yeah.
Like a single action.
I
by
think
far,
actually
yeah.
I would probably prefer this to a regular single action. I think the single action,
Yeah,
the regular
amazing.
single action looks better, I think.
Yeah.
But this points better.
Yeah, it really does.
Most certainly the Enforcer.
And then it had just a cool look to that
Isn't
thing.
that the cool dude? Imagine this
What
with
is
the
this?
M2.
So
What?
bad.
Imagine
Okay.
this with the M2
So
trigger pad.
explain this. Crispy's going. Like I don't even really know what I'm looking at. I mean, because it looks like a chopped down.
That's what it is.
It's a
chop-
chopped down
it's a chopped
carbine.
down carbine.
Yeah.
And it's
Called
factory.
the Enforcer.
It's a factory.
It's factory.
Chopped
it looks,
down
It
carbon.
looks homemade, but
It does.
Matter of fact, if you had that in your vehicle, you would need to have some paperwork with you because every cop that pulled you over would say, "Hey,
You did
that's
this."
that's completely illegal."
Yeah.
Because
of
this
the
is
way
an
it
Ivor
looks.
Johnson.
Ivor Johnson.
Correct,
called the
yeah, Ivor
Enforcer.
Johnson
So
did
it's
this.
a pistoled M1 carbine.
I mean, isn't that cool though?
So-
like,
That's-
don't you?
I'm
Don't you
sorry,
just
that
think
is
that's-
cool.
Like, don't you just think like, yeah.
That to me is kind of what you and I are into. It's the
Yeah.
old school, cool.
Hey, can you give me that
You
little
know.
wants list again?
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I
Okay,
want it.
add
I
that
actually
to it.
want that.
But
That looks
on the
like
end
that
of
looks
the
like every
box-
gun that's committed crimes in
Yes.
Chicago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so freaking cool, dude.
Okay, story number 3. We're at Ray's Hardware. When we put out the bat signal on Instagram, like, "Hey Dallasites, what's the best shop that we should go to in Dallas?" Unanimously, it was Ray's. The outside is interesting.
Well, this is giving me very Gat guns.
That's it.
Like from Chicago,
That's
and
it.
I remember how excited we got outside there. So I'm looking at the sign. I'm looking at the barbed wire that is across
On
the roof up there, and I'm actually getting like I'm getting tingles,
Yeah.
They got a Colt sign in the window, and I like that.
which means it better be all cool old stuff. I want to see a lot of wood
Oh, boy.
and not the wood in my pants.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. It is very Gat
It's
guns.
huge.
Yeah, it's gat guns.
Well, hey, hang on. Did Gat guns have a stuffed bear? I mean, just at first glance, I'm seeing lots of revolvers. I'm seeing some single action. I mean, we've got a couple Barretts, which is, man, that's not really my thing.
Hey, look at
I just haven't really seen any though.
the DPMS.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. The
6906.
Yeah, I can't see what the whatever the 9mm is in the middle there. I can't
6906.
quite make it out.
And
Yeah.
can I get the 4516? We've been pretty hot on 3rd Gen Smiths as of
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
So this, of course, is the single stack kind of carry model for 45 ACP. Big hole, big results. You have the Eurosimp version over there.
Well, yeah,
Let's
this is
double
going to be a
stack.
lot, but yeah, it's double stack nine. That naturally is not double stack.
Right. But I
that's a
mean,
pretty
dude,
sweet-
these are good buys. You know,
Yeah,
if somebody
these-
needed to get one.
Is to take one that I can get it at a decent price, send it off, cut it for a dot,
Yeah.
port it. Like,
Yeah.
let's do like a modern take on this.
DA,
Not to
decocker.
mention, yeah, and this is a decocker.
Yeah, but you want decocker only. That has the safety, I think.
Well, yeah. But what's cool about that and interesting is because it is the compact and double stack 9, that actually make a pretty cool carry gun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what is this, a LAR Grizzly?
Got it, 4500.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's a monstrous
Yes, it
gun.
is.
Like, even in the hand, that is just,
For sure.
Just a tank.
like I'm having to reach the magazine.
260 grain at 1,300 feet per second.
Look at that slide. It's freaking thick.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the National Match Hard slide. That's pretty cool.
It's got the one, I'm sorry.
Like the National Match Hard slides, the NM slide.
Made by North Country Manufacturing.
And looky here,
One piece.
that's your one-piece backstrap. Yeah. Where'd you get that from?
I got it from one of our customers. He got it from a master armorer, 30 years with the Marines from Quantico, who retired and built a few guns after.
Yeah, so basically I've got like a little chart that I've made. No, I won't email you this if everyone starts asking, but it basically charts, 3rd gen Smiths with like, here's what the 69 means this, and then the 0 and the 6. So basically, hey, double stack 9 DASA on a steel frame. You guys seem to think that it is aluminum.
I think it's aluminum.
Well, and
And there's there's
I'm
he
telling you.
has reasons.
Yeah, because we look at the color. Okay, obviously the weight. I think that's too light. especially
I
compared to
tinged
this.
it.
And that is the color is more this, and then
Well, I've got a method. Let's go ahead and.
I think your method is
I think
better.
this method will tell us. See this? This is a magnet. That is steel.
Yep.
That is steel.
Yep. Send it.
This right here is steel. Now this down here.
Watch and learn. Or you might be.
That's
maybe
aluminum.
just that portion.
Oh, just that portion
Maybe
is aluminum.
That portion is aluminum.
Maybe this
and back
portion
there.
right. Oh wait. Oh no, it just goes right to the slide. Look at that.
Well, you know what?
Look at that.
Everyone's research has flaws. Okay, we have found a flaw in my system that I've
But
relied my life on.
In your defense, the Smith & Wesson numbering
It's so
system is the
confusing.
most confusing system
It's so
that has ever
obnoxious.
been created. So
well, and I hear like 69, and I'm just not even thinking about guns anymore.
69 420.
Right, and I'm like,
just go
what's
nice.
going on?
Nice. Yeah.
Like this is a 4516-1.
45.
I get that. I've got that. It is a 45.
16.
We've been talking about doing a video on basically like the battle of the
DASAs.
So if I were to get that, use it as a base, get it tuned up, red dot, I think port it just for fucking why not? Just to have fun.
Mark III.
Right. I think that'd be a fun entry into that. Not to mention I've got full-size guns as a carry gun.
226 versus Beretta 92 versus CZ75 versus
HK.
HK USP versus Smith Wesson
In general,
third gen.
yeah.
Is probably what's going to end up being.
More than likely.
It'd be a cool video because I'm like big time now, converted by the way, big time team third gen Smith.
I think I'm gonna see if I can get like $50 off of this.
I think you just go on the barrel.
Yeah, well I don't have cash, so
I do. You need some
Super loose, right?
let me see what I can do.
because I'm the old man. I'm the old man of the group, walking around with greenbacks, baby.
That's it. You got the cash.
All right, race fans. So what is happening here at the water hole is actually going to be a little bit of a transaction, okay? We're trying to see if we can get the third gen Smith & Wesson so that we can end up doing this big video, right? And like also Jake just needs to buy something. Like, and I like talking people into buying things. So I've definitely talked him into buying this. So the problem with working with these young people like Nick and Jake, they don't understand that cash is king. You have to walk around with some Union greenbacks, okay? Little Union greenback action right there if you want to do well buying guns, okay? When you say, hey, I got to swipe the card, it's not near as impactful as, bam, there's $500 on the barrelhead. So we'll see how it goes for them.
All right, guys. End of the day, that was the accumulation of the day.
It was not bountiful.
I mean, the fact it came, by the way, did you know that they locked it back? Like when I walked out here with it to put it in the truck for you?
Yeah, it was locked back.
They,
Yeah. So, since you live in Texas, are
Yes.
you happy with your city today?
No, I'm not happy with my city. Now, I could have told you that this is how it goes because Texas is known for guns, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's known for good guns. And Roy broke my freaking heart when he brought out that 1903 pocket hammer. And that's specifically what I said I was looking for, and he was not ready to sell it. And then a model of 1911, also not ready to sell it, and an A1, also not ready to sell it. So basically, it was show and tell.
Yeah, your hopes got crushed at Roy's.
Yeah.
You fell in love with Roy, though.
me and
so
Roy, man,
that's-
we're like best buds, dude. Like I'm actually like, hey, let's go back. I just want to hang out with Roy. Like y'all can drop me off and come pick me up after school. You know, me and Roy is like that right there. I mean, I like that guy.
Like, look, truthfully, I would say in the list of, we appreciate any shop that ever lets us in. Mostly what we're looking for is, stuff like this or even, steps beyond this.
Mm-hmm.
And today was definitely a little bit of a like, it's stunning that a shop or a city the size of Dallas, that's it. It's definitely a little like, man, I thought we were going to find more. I really did.
But that's how it goes. That's sometimes how the winds of fate operate.
Yeah, we
you
can't
know?
script the hunt for Gucci guns. That's reality. You show up, you see what you find. In this case, I walk away with a brown paper bag. And it is what it is. And we'll keep doing it. We'll keep finding cool stuff.
But that's not all, race fans. You see, me and the Crispinator have nothing to do tomorrow, and Jake's left us on our own. So let's go see what we can get into while we're still here in Texas.
But what if it was a more eventful Gucci Guns than we led on to believe? Well, you see, I'm here at this Italian joint because Texas barbecue sucks, so I'm just not putting myself through that anymore. And we might have found something other than a portobello mushroom.
Sure, go ahead.
And so the Crispinator and I decided to hit up this shop that actually said no to Jake, and to respect their privacy, we're going to keep their name out of it. But I got me wondering, everyone said we should go here, and so finally I said, I gots to know. You see, I am nothing if not persistent. And when I come to the Lone Star State, the great gun state of Texas, remember the Alamo, I think I have to buy a gun while I'm here. So I did. Well, you see, I kind of did. I had to ship it, obviously. We couldn't take it back home because I'm from North Carolina, so we did take care of business. But I got one of the coolest pocket guns of the turn of the century. In fact, one of the guns that started the pocket gun revolution, an FN 19 freaking 100.